Hey everyone, it is August 25th. We are 1 month exactly away from starting the New Testament. I hope that you are excited about that. Maybe you have even considered asking someone to join us. This is a great time for someone to join in new and to really get their feet wet and to read through the Word and figure out how things work here. And starting in the Gospels is a great place just to walk where Jesus walked, get to know him, and to study his life. So that's a month away. We want to make sure that you are prepared for that, and hopefully you're as excited as we are. All of these prophecies they're hard to go through. They're hard to hear. So if you've got someone that you're maybe have thought about asking, and you're thinking, oh, I don't want to bring him in Ezekiel or some of the harder prophecies, tell him to join us in September 24th for starting in the New Testament. So, yeah, today's lesson deals with a nation that was very wealthy, well known, a merchant nation, and God is calling them out not for being wealthy, but for being prideful. It's really important to know that. It's important to realize that success and wealth and accomplishment is not wrong. It's our response to success and wealth and accomplishment that turns us in a spiraling direction to where we put ourselves on, as Ezekiel called them out, that you're sitting on the you say that I sit on the divine throne in the heart of the sea. If we are not careful in how we handle success, we're going to end up on the throne of our own heart. And it doesn't happen overnight. And I know I've seen it. I've seen success stories where I know people that weren't successful in their industry or in their field and worked really hard, and all of a sudden fame hit them hard. I mean, just fell on them, and it changed them. It changed them. I don't believe anybody starts out that way. Although, go to the nursery, me, my, and I is one of the first concepts that children learn. They not only learn that word, mine, 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 but they know how to use it. They were playing with a little pop top, put it down 20 minutes ago, and someone picked it up, and they went right over and snatched it back because it's mine, mine, mine. So we're born with that, which tells us that we are going to be constantly struggling with that through our life. And we have to be so very guarded on avoiding a high opinion of ourselves and not get caught up in the race around us and trying to I'm not saying don't accomplish. I'm not trying to say don't set goals. We just have to guard ourselves. Guard ourselves. And the best way for me to guard myself is with truth. Truth is the only safeguard that we have against ourselves. And when I was putting these verses together, the Lord led me to Exodus 23. You must have no other God but me. And that is even me. Like, I can't make myself a God. I can't make myself in charge of myself. I have to live in surrender and submission at all times. And any time that I think that I can and I have, as Louis Giglio said in his book, I Am Not But I Know I Am, I've lost the plot of the story. You know, I put some things here that we have on the throne of our hearts. Oh my goodness, I think one that I didn't put down here is family, but I think of my friends with grandchildren, and my children, our family, our career, our physical appearance. We can be so caught up in that. We can be caught up in church service and recognition of that. That we are in danger of growing a high opinion of ourselves. And when we have a really high opinion of ourselves, we're less likely to reflect God to others. So I think there needs to be, for me, constantly, I have to have a dethroning moment. I have to spend time going, okay, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I know that there are many, many great writers and Bible teachers out there that have a really huge platform, and I think that's wonderful. And I'm not standing in judgment of any of that. Truly, I'm not. I know I can't handle that. And I've asked God, that Proverbs 30, 8 and 9, just give me only what I can handle. So we need to be in a place, whether we're in a public eye, which I guess I am, or we are in our community service and we're lesser known, we still can have a high opinion of ourselves. So I think it's really important that we take time on a regular basis to check our throne. Who's there? Who are we giving allegiance to? Who are we giving worship to? Who are we giving a lot of our attention to? Who are we serving? And who are we making known? Who are we making known? Just some great verses there for you to wrap your heads around, and to work through that dethroning process. And you may be thinking, I don't have that problem. That is great. That is so great if you don't. But personally, I struggle at times with that. So I love to have truth, because truth is the ultimate equalizer. Wouldn't you say? We'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.